Hello, welcome to episode 136 on the Online Trainers Podcast. Today's topic of the day is how to charge higher prices.
Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers Podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace, and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Linh.
Now, I'm just on my way to the gym. I'm about to hit a squat session. It's GVT again for me, really filming and vlogging as I go as we launch PB City again in 2017, this time to a different market. So it's going to be really fun. It's going to be exciting to market I'm completely 100% passionate about and I can resonate with. Now, with that being said, I really wanted to talk about charging higher prices. I've been having a few conversations with my clients over the last couple of days, and I've really had to talk about, prices and allowing them to really make a step-by-step move from when they're first starting out, the prices from when they first start out to the prices over the year, over 2 years. And when you look at prices and how much you should charge, this is my methodology and this is my theory behind this. First and foremost, behind charging any exorbitant amount of prices, it's to make sure that your product and service is solid. That is, can you get your clients to follow through? Is your product unique? Is it different? Is it special? How much value are you delivering in exchange for the prices that you want? Now, I know a lot of coaches will tell you, hey, it's all about the transformation. It's all about the transformation. I get that 110%, and it is all about the transformation. But here's the reality. People don't buy things for the end outcome. People don't buy things just for the result, okay? Now, here's what I want you to understand. Like, there are a lot of business coaches out there that are like, oh, it's okay, that people buy for the transformation. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fine. But they can get a transformation in a 12-week ebook. They can get a transformation by watching YouTube videos. They can get a transformation elsewhere. I'm going to tell you the single reason as to why every single person buys on this planet. They buy for something called status, okay? Status. People buy for status. You can command higher prices if what you are offering to them increases or elevates their status. And what I mean by that is I'm going to give you an example. Okay, you might be the same personal trainer at this very moment in time. You have a 12-week, you have a 16-week program. It gets guys into shape. But here's the kicker. If you are Hugh Jackman's or Brad Pitt's personal trainer, if you are Brad Pitt's personal trainer and you have the same amount of knowledge, you have the same amount of results, you can get guys results over 12 weeks. Okay, you can command higher prices because now your product and service comes with status. And this was something that nobody actually talked to me about. And it was a recent discovery that I made about 6 to 12 months ago. It's one of the reasons why you'll have a look why trainers, over 30 trainers, are happy to pay $25,000 to spend a year with me because of status, because of what I'm going to give them. It is how we charge $5,000 for our coaching programs. It is how we're going to charge an exorbitant amount, okay, when we relaunch PB City in 2017. And it comes back to this one word. So what I want you to understand, and this is a conversation I had with my clients, prospects, and everybody that I spoke to specifically, was that, how can you increase the status, the brand of your business so that people feel as though their status is elevated by joining your product and service? And I know this is going to go over your heads, but I want you to go back to the analogy. I want you to think about big brands like Nike, Rolex, Louis Vuitton. No, Nike spends an exorbitant amount of money throwing, money at people like LeBron James, people like soccer stars, sporting stars, millions of dollars to increase their status. And by increasing their status, consumers are more likely to buy because now they get a piece of that status by buying your product and service. And it still goes back to your own brand. Now, there's a few ways to grow your brand status, and this is really, really important. This is something that I want to touch on quickly. Okay, number one, get plenty of results. Get plenty of results. Okay, your brand will grow purely on results. If you can't get results for your clients, that's first and foremost thing. Number two, put in the work and become the leader and be known as the expert in that field. So do everything that you can, Not in the first 3 months, not in the first 6 months. That's when you're trying to get as many clients through the door as possible. And that's where you're going to do the hard yards. The first 6 months of building your business without status is hard. It's tough. That's why so many businesses fail in the first year. It's because that first year, it's really like planting a seed and then waiting for it to grow. And there are so many coaches and personal trainers out there that want to plant this seed and expect the oranges to grow the next day. Yet in reality, it takes a good year for it to grow. And that's the same thing with your brand. You have to think about your brand. How can you go into your niche market, your niche, dominate that niche, and build a following so big and a brand status so big, right? And become a leader so that people who work with you, they're like, holy shit, he's my coach. She's my coach. Holy crap, how could you even work with that? That's so exclusive, it's so premium. And so what your clients and prospects will say, right? What your clients and prospects will say is that they're actually going like, this is my coach, you have to go check him out. And by saying that you're their coach, they get status of that, okay? And I'm in Tony Robbins Platinum Partners group, okay? There are some people in there that are just in there who pay $75,000 US dollars per year, it's 110,000 Aussie, okay, to get to say, yo, I'm in Platinum. I get to sit at the front with Tony. I get to see Tony. I get to spend Tony Robbins' birthday at his house with Tony, right? Because they're buying him, not for the program, not for the transformation, but they're buying it for the status. And that's what I want you to think about today, especially if you're going to command higher prices and it's going to help you take your business in a direction that you've never thought possible before. So this is a really, really keystone gem that I'm sharing with you, because there are so many coaches who spin their wheel, who build their business over 6 months, who do sales calls over and over and over again, but their business isn't growing because, number one, you grow the cash flow, but number two, you have to grow your brand. You have to build a brand, right? Because by building a brand, you increase your brand status, and by increasing the brand status, you increase the amount that you can charge. And by increasing the amount that you can charge, now you've got more money to be more resourceful, to start innovating, to start getting your clients results, better results. So what I'm really trying to tell you today is really to think about this. And this is something that if somebody told me this at the start, it would have made sense. But I spent 2 years on the hamster wheel chasing my tail again and again and again and again, doing sales calls and wondering why I was only ever going to sell at $1,000. And it was this one missing piece of the puzzle. So my question to you is, what is the one thing that you're doing today to grow your brand status? Or what do you need to do over the next 12 months in order to grow your brand status to command and charge higher prices? And that's what we look at inside of the Legacy program. Okay, the Legacy program isn't about trying to set up a product sell. Yes, it's about building legacy in your niche. It's about building legacy in your niche market, dominating that market, and building such big brand status that you build an actual online personal training fitness company. You run retreats, right? You launch membership sites, you have your own apparel, you launch and you develop and build your own tribes. So what are you doing this month or over the next 12 months to build your brand status? Let me know, reach out to me. And of course, if you're thinking about joining the Legacy program, we have a waiting list at this very moment in time. And it's at this very moment in time, it's March, and we're opening up 2 spots at the end of April as we intake 2 people. And if you are ready to grow your brand status, if you're ready to go all in, if you're ready to actually get the coaching and everything that you need to start building your legacy over the next 12 months, then let me help you condense 10 years of results into the next 12 months. And that's what we do inside the Legacy program. So if that's something that you want to do, if that's something that you're ready to commit for, that's something that you feel as though right at this very moment in time, there's something inside of you deeper, stronger, more desirable, more frustrated that you're overwhelmed by all the noise, then reach out to me and I'll make sure I send you through a special invitation where you can apply. Okay, with that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day and I'll see you on the next podcast episode.
Alright, if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes and feel free to leave a review, and that way I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favor and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.